Hello and greetings, friends and comrades. How we doing today? Alright, here's that video I promised where it's just simply a writing prompt. I want to make a quick little note here. That way everyone can know. Just a heads up, I am suffering a bit of writer's block. If you can even call my garbage writing anyway. It's not. It's really not. However, that being said, so I was trying to do the SCP thing, and as you all know, I decided to quit. Well, I wish I was bigger and had more influence so that I could give everyone a heads up or a look out, but stay away from SCP. Not like my small little voice for matter, and that's probably why I'm making it now, because a few of my friends know and are involved in that, we'll call it a mess. But no one's really going to speak out against me at this level, and I've just been wanting to get this off my chest. SCP is it's a nasty little community. Everyone talks about how good it is, and well, it's a place where creativity goes to die. I mean, let's be honest here. I was pouring so much thought and effort and love into my stuff there, even though most of it never got made. I've never posted an article, and I never will, but at the end of the day, even if you write what you like and do it well and you make something fantastic, if you made a masterpiece on that site, you wouldn't get any acknowledgement. At least not without some powerful people backing you up. I mean, yeah, you could put it through writing help and the ideas form and really fine-tune it, fine-craft it, and just make it so fantastic. But ultimately, you're going to go nowhere. It's the ultimate site for collaborative writing. Of course, now everything's kind of separated and spaced out because that fell apart real easily in the old days, and it's gotten away from monster making. And look, while your experience may be different, a bunch of people got creative burnout because the site is physically draining and no one likes you because you're not doing their version of SCP, and it's constant gatekeeping. And basically, all it is the top authors are the only people who can really do anything, and they support each other and have a real tight community that you have to cozy into if you want to go anywhere. And frankly, unless you're elite or better than the common rabble, you're not getting in. That's the sad truth. And in fact, what a lot of people, especially Sumerian and other people, know and acknowledge is the site's actually designed to keep out newcomers. It's designed to block off. And they also had a little incident, I'm not going to get into it in Smack Talk, that you can ask anyone if you want to know, or at least the majority of people who are in the community, and they should know about it. Of course, be careful asking around, it might get you banned. But basically what happened, but anyway, they're moving the terms of service, so in order to join the site, you have to be, it's currently 16, next year it'll be 17, 18, then 19, then I think it's going to cap at 18, and if you're in that community, you'll have heard this is all going on and whatnot. But anyway, I wanted to say this because I was super excited. I thought it would make me a better writer, and no, it's a toxic wasteland where you're a terrible human being. Not really, but I'm sorry for the heavy breathing. It's just it was crippling, demoralizing. But that's not going to stop me. So now, back to making trash on my own. It may be garbage, but at least it's my own garbage. So, anyway, here we go. We got a writing prompt going on in the background. You know, I've been casually talking over that. So, this came from a good friend of mine, and I'm just generally brainstorming in the background, and here in a little bit, I'm going to actually begin the story. Towards the end, I started getting tired, and I was passing out. I don't know why. But so here's just some general ideas and some stuff that I like to write on. What I'm thinking is maybe I'll just keep revisiting and building on this little town and experience. Maybe not. We shall see, shan't we? I was thinking it will start off with Devin for now. Don't have too much of an idea for him. Later, I play with the idea that maybe he's a bit of a drunkard. In fact, it's one of the very first things that I mention about him. So, there's potential there. I've never really gotten to play with or I've never really done an alcoholic character before. So, this should be a fun little ride. Maybe he has some control issues. I'm thinking that his ambitions have died out and that he'd like to do greater things and move on, but simply put, there's just nowhere in life. So, there's supposed to be a ghost ship and a twist. And that's coming up. Why am I mentioning it? Because I have an idea, I just want to ponder on it a bit more. So, the Lord of Glass is the local leader, and I'm still debating about the design, the exact role, and how exactly they'd function in the story. Maybe they won't even show up or be mentioned in the story at all, and they're just a background figure. But I'm thinking that they're So magic is fleeting. I'm thinking they're one of the few people that can still use magic and have an influence in the world that way. And I'm sure there's a few other things. The Man of Glass, the Lord of Glass. That's actually based on another character I did, and it's simply just because Glass just sounds awesome to me. Of course, the execution is what matters, not the naming conventions. So, they're basically the ruler of the little area. Maybe they live in a glass palace and they have some power over the place. So, I'm thinking that Devin will stumble his way about the town in a semi-drunken stupor, try and almost like a normal day, talk and wonder where all the trade is, because it's supposed to be a trade city. But I'm thinking that there hasn't been any trade recently. Alright, time for the twist. Hopefully this will blow my friend's socks off. It probably won't. In fact, it's probably a pretty crappy twist, but here we go. So, I'm thinking the ghost ship isn't actually a ghost ship. Instead, it's a normal ship full of normal people. It can be pirates, traders, or merchants, and what's actually happening is the town is full of ghosts and other spiritual types of undead. Or, well, why did I say spiritual? Ethereal would be a much better term for it. And so, to them, the town is normal and everything is fine. Everything is as it should be. However, to the outside world, something terrible has befallen this place. A horrible and haunting sight it has become. However, I also want to stay away from Lovecraft and that sort of stuff, and maybe disappearing too far into obscurity, randomness, and metaphors. But that felt like a pretty good twist in my head. Of course, I'm not sure how to get to it. Of course, the entire point of the prompt, what I'm trying to do is have it be very free-flowing and simple moving. With just running with it. It's a prompt. Can edit the story later to better reflect the new direction, and it can continually be built on. I set the setting as mixed, but I don't think we're going to see too much out of technology and stuff. Everyone's just going to be doing their things. I don't know, that may change. I don't really feel like doing any fights or anything. I don't know. I do need to work and practice on my fighting, sorry that I'm struggling for words. Fighting reports, or scenes. They always feel sloppy and not very well thought out. They make sense in my head, to be fair. However, I think I'm always lacking when it comes to the execution of the pen and paper. So, we've got a little bit left. I hope everybody's having a good day. Thank you guys for watching. It means the world to me. Maybe one day we can reach across the world and I can make a difference, make everybody's days better. Of course, I don't think I'm going to be ready for all the nasty messages because of anonymity. I completely butchered that word. But hopefully this has made you happy, or you've at least enjoyed listening and hearing a idiot ponder about writing and how to execute simple story concepts. And I hope you guys are mentally alright and everything's going well. I wish you all the best. Right now, you 22 of you are my little world. And I'm doing my best to make sure that the world I give you is one of the better ones. This week, I'm going to try and mess around. YouTube has an editor, I believe. I should have messed around with it earlier, but I think all I can do is cut parts out and whatnot. So we can get rid of these ums and ahs and other little sound and audio blights, we'll call them, as well as the pauses. And now I'm just going to keep clicking throughout the video, aren't I? I'm sorry if it feels like I'm padding in my videos. I'm going to try and fix that up. But again, I do have a preset amount of recording that I do. Maybe I can find a way to fix that and I can just record straight as I go. However, I also think that would be a bit more mentally challenging, because in my older videos I would just work and I could use that as background and dissect as I go, and it's a lot easier to talk about it while you're not also trying to think out plots and what you're typing and where you want it to go. But hey, pros and cons, live and learn. I'll try and get better and die. That'll be it. We've only got a few seconds left. So, thank you all for watching. Hope to see y'all next time. Do svidaniya. That's the Russian for it. It's do svidaniya. Auf Wiedersehen. Guten Tag. Have a good day. Chip, chap, cheerio. Okay. I'm seriously just going to stop it here. The last few seconds of the video are just going to be nothing. Alright, goodbye.